Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It is Nello here as always. So you guys, before we get into today's video, in case you don't know, October is Pregnancy and Infant Loss Awareness Month. Okay, so it's basically a month to create awareness, for things like miscarriages and losing your infant, and just all the many ways you can actually lose a baby during pregnancy or soon after. So today I'm going to be sharing my personal experience to you guys. It's actually something I've shared before, but like I skipped some things. So today I'm going to be 100% open with you guys and tell you guys exactly what happened to me, and how it happened and how I was able to get through it. And you guys, I had to step out to kind of calm my dog down because he was just barking. He wants to play. Anyways, in case you're new here, hi, I'm Nello. I'm 29 and I am a mom of 3 adorable kids, 2 boys and 1 girl. And my first ever miscarriage happened right before I took him for my first child. Okay, so basically I got pregnant like literally the month I got married in 2014. I did my introduction in 2014 and moved in with my husband. Like, we're already living together anyways before then, but anyways, I got pregnant like literally September of 2014. Okay, but seeing as I've never been pregnant before, I was so clueless. I didn't even know I was pregnant. And fun story, before we get into the serious talk. When I took a pregnancy test, in October. And I saw 2 lines, but 1 line was very faint, and I was just like, okay, it means I'm not pregnant. So I just carried on my regular life. I even traveled to go and see my family. Like, I didn't know that even if the second line was faint, that it still meant that you were pregnant. I don't know why I didn't even research. Anyways, that's that. And then fast forward to, like, I was already maybe 2 months pregnant at this point, like 8 weeks pregnant, because I lost my baby soon after I confirmed I was pregnant. Around 8 weeks pregnant, when clearly my period still didn't come, I had to test again, and the lines were still a bit faint actually, but it was still 2 lines at 8 weeks. Knowing what I know now, that should have been a red flag to know that something wasn't right, but because the lines are supposed to get darker. But anyways, I remember sending it to my friend who confirmed I was pregnant. I then went to the hospital to confirm I was pregnant, and I was so happy. My husband and I, we went and celebrated. We were so happy. You know what? I'm going to insert like a picture of the night we confirmed we were pregnant, and how we went out to dinner. Like, we actually went out to dinner to celebrate the pregnancy. I will insert the picture right here. So basically, we're just so happy. And then I told my family. I was like so happy, and my traditional wedding was coming up in like a month or so, like a month and something like that. Anyways, yeah, I didn't know that the joy was not going to last long. I told everybody. I told Nazo, I told my cousins, my sisters. Like, I was just so happy. And then fast forward to when I was almost 10 weeks. I lost my pregnancy at 9 weeks and 4 days, I believe. I might not be correct. It might be 4 days or 6 days, like. But anyways, just right before 10 weeks, I lost my pregnancy. Okay, and so basically, all this while, the 2 weeks that I knew I was pregnant, I'll go to the hospital, and no heartbeat. Go to the hospital, no heartbeat, no sign of the baby. So what I actually had is called blighted ovum. I hope I pronounced it right. It basically means an empty sac with no baby inside, like a missed miscarriage. Okay, so it was just inevitable. So yeah, no embryo developed whatsoever. It was just, they call it missed miscarriage as well, if I'm not mistaken. Just let me know. But yes, that's exactly what I had, because there was no embryo at any point in time inside the sac. There was no sign of pregnancy at any point in time. It was then at almost 10 weeks that I just had to accept the truth, and I did my research and found out that that's definitely what's happening to me. And then my wedding was coming up in like literally few days. Yeah, a few days after I found out. On my wedding day, on my traditional wedding day, I was going through a miscarriage. It's funny saying it now, but I was going through a miscarriage on my traditional wedding day. I was still bleeding, and the whole thing that comes with having a miscarriage. I had to do a manual vacuum aspiration. That's what's called. So they had to like vacuum the pregnancy out of my body, just because my wedding was coming and I didn't want the uncertainty of, like not knowing when I'll start bleeding, and going through cramps and just a lot of things, basically. Yeah, I didn't want that at all. I have a video where I actually went into more details of what actually happened on the day of the miscarriage, how I felt. But let me just say here, I felt horrible. Like, I remember the day it happened, the day I had the manual vacuum aspiration, I was weeping like a child. I remember calling my sisters. Neka was even crying on the phone with me. She wanted to fly to Port Harcourt. She wanted to fly down to Port Harcourt to be with me. I had to tell her it's okay, it's fine. My cousin, you guys, some of you might know her. She started her channel newly, Nenye's Diary. Chinenye, she came to Port Harcourt to stay with me because she was the closest person then. I don't know where NJ was, but Chinenye came to stay with me for a while. And yes, I went through I went through it. It was bad, but the good thing is that I don't think it lasted. Like, it was bad, but it didn't last. I didn't dwell on it because I just did my research, which is part of the reason why I'm doing this video. I did my research, and deep down I know there's nothing I could have done. Like, I didn't do anything wrong. Like, it's part of what I wanted to discuss in this video. So I have it open on my phone. Like, over 50% of the time, about 60-70% of the time that a miscarriage happens, there's nothing the mother could have been able to do about it. Nothing whatsoever. And yeah, I remember, okay, before I get into that, let me say, like, some of the main causes of miscarriage, actually abnormal chromosomes, which in my case is probably what happens. So when a miscarriage happens in the first 12 weeks, more than half the time is because of a problem with the baby's chromosomes. Chromosomes contain the genes that determine your baby's unique traits, such as the hair, eye color. A baby can't grow normally with the wrong number of chromosomes or with damaged ones. So I'm just reading this off the net. So it basically means that if something goes wrong during implantation, during what's it called, when the sperm and the egg meets, right now I can't remember, but yeah, if something goes wrong, then that baby is more likely to be miscarried. Because trust me, it's actually better to miscarry that child than to bring in a child into this world to just suffer all their life, at least for me. Okay. So yes, so an abnormality in an unborn baby's chromosomes could cause one of several problems. Among the most common ones are blighted ovum, which is what I had, which means no embryo develops at all. Like, it just doesn't develop. Then molar pregnancy. This means both sets of chromosomes come from the father, while none come from the mother, which obviously you need some have to come from the mom and dad to make a perfect child. Okay, then there is partial molar pregnancy. The father gives two sets of chromosomes in addition to the set from the mother. The embryo may start to develop but soon stop. Okay, so these are just some things that cause miscarriage, some of the main things that actually cause a miscarriage. And I'm only pointing this out because when I did have my miscarriage, I remember this I don't even know why, like, this thing is more serious to me now than then. But I remember one of my friends then, should I say friend, kind of, not really, but just somebody I knew then. She made a statement. Like, I think this was already after my miscarriage, after my wedding. I was already pregnant again with Kobe, and I saw her, and I think we were just playing, and I was playing with some people there, being my normal playful self, and she made a statement like, "You won't go and stay one place now. That's how rough you were, and that's why you lost your first pregnancy." If someone tells me that kind of thing now, best believe I'm going to beat the hell out of your life at the spot. But anyways, yeah, then I just remember when I went to my bed. I was young, I was 23. I went to my bed and I started crying. I cried and cried and cried and cried. I remember that night I kept crying. I kept apologizing to God and the baby, blaming myself. At some point, I had a few days where I actually blamed myself for the miscarriage. I was blaming myself. I was like, if I knew I was pregnant, I shouldn't have been running up and down the stairs anyhow. And I think I drank wine as well. I drank wine because I came to see my family, and I remember one time in the kitchen, they were drinking wine, and I drank wine, and at some point I also had a shot of another drink. I can't remember. But basically, I was telling myself, if I had known I was pregnant, I wouldn't have drank this. I wouldn't have drank this. I wouldn't have done this. I wouldn't have been running up the stairs. I would have been climbing the stairs slowly, because she made me feel like it was my fault, that losing my baby was my fault. And to be honest, if I see that person again, let me not even talk, because Yeah, I just didn't know better then. I was young. I didn't know better. I didn't even, I genuinely thought it was my fault when she made that statement. But yeah, clearly nothing was my fault. Nothing at all was my fault. With all my other pregnancies, I was even way more active. When I mean way more active, I was way more active. A lot of people don't even know they're pregnant. They're 2 or 3 months and they keep living their normal life, hanging out, drinking. Obviously, it's not advisable, but it's not, a major reason for miscarriage. But yeah, that's that. She blamed me, and I just had a few days where I was just so sad, dwelling in my sadness, crying. I didn't tell anybody this part. I don't think I've ever told anybody this part actually. So yeah, I was just crying. But again, I think I eventually I believed in the research I did, and from talking to my doctor as well, my doctor told me there is nothing I could have done differently. In fact, even if I was on bed rest, it could have still happened, because whatever happened, the chromosome problem that happened a long time ago, like even before I found out I was pregnant. So there's nothing I could have done about it. So that's part of the reasons why I'm making this video. I know, yeah, like one of my friends that went through a miscarriage, recently, or not so recently, she actually put up a post on Instagram. Noel, hi. Which is what motivated me to come back again and sit down and do, like, I'm just make this video and share my story, because the other video that I've made about this, yeah, I know it has helped a lot of people. I have people that have reached out to me because of that video, which is why I'm just making this updated version, just to tell you guys, because in that video I don't think I mentioned the fact that I thought it was my fault, but basically just to tell you guys that, see, if you're going through a miscarriage, or if you've ever gone through a miscarriage, it's not your fault. There's probably nothing you could have done to keep that pregnancy. And in my own case, I was very lucky. I miscarried in December and I took in again in January. And yes, that's Kobe, who's about to turn 5 years old in 4 days, or 5 days. Yeah, basically he's turning 5 years this weekend. And I took in, I took in for him like the month after I miscarried. I didn't have any issues whatsoever, no complication. My pregnancy with him was very smooth. I didn't have any pregnancy symptom with him, apart from spotting, which I spotted at 4 weeks or so. I was so scared because of the miscarriage I've had. That's another thing that comes with miscarriage. Once you miscarry, you are just so paranoid. Any little thing in your pregnancy will make you paranoid. With Kobe's pregnancy, it was the most paranoid state of my life. But yeah, we came out winning. I started bleeding again at about 20 something weeks. I was with my sister in Abuja then, I can remember. Went to the hospital, everything was fine, and I just took it easy. Basically, miscarriage is not a cause for alarm. It happens. 1 in 4 babies, 1 in 4 pregnancies end in a miscarriage. So that's actually a lot if you think about it. It's a whole lot of number. In fact, it can happen to one woman multiple times. Yeah, I know this is a short video. I don't even want it to be long. I just wanted to come out here and tell someone who is going through pregnancy loss that it's not your fault. You're going to be fine. You're going to get over it. For me, getting over it was a bit quick because I did my wedding, and then I was with family a lot, and I basically took it immediately. So there was no really dwelling on my miscarriage a lot. I feel like that's one thing that helped me, getting pregnant immediately, even though I don't want to say it was like we weren't preventing pregnancy. So we just like, what, if it happens, it happens. Before our first child, like our first miscarriage, before our miscarriage, we were actually trying to prevent pregnancy. Funny story. We were trying to prevent pregnancy, but after that we realized that we really wanted a child, and yeah, and we got lucky again. So I pray for everyone going through pregnancy loss, everyone going through infant loss. I can't really talk a lot about infant loss because I've never lost an infant, and by the special grace of God, it would never happen to any of us watching this video or anybody. I pray that God just grant us our heart desires, basically, and give us the children of our dreams. Okay, I hope this video helped 1 or 2 people. Like I said, I didn't want it to be too long, but if you have any questions regarding my miscarriage and my experience, please let me know in the description box down below. I'm also going to link the other video where I actually talked more about what happened on the day of the miscarriage, like how everything happened. I don't want to repeat myself again because I know some people must have seen that video. You know what led to the day, how I found out. You know, I like, trust me, I had to go to 3 different hospitals to confirm. They were saying the same thing. Losing that pregnancy broke my heart. It shattered my heart into pieces. I won't even lie. I felt like someone took my baby away from me, which is what I was saying the day I had to do the manual vacuum aspiration. I was crying and asking my husband, why did you let them take my child away from me? Like, it was deep, you guys. It was deep then. It's no more deep now because I'm grateful. I'm actually grateful for my miscarriage. Like, I'm 100% grateful that I miscarried. If not, the 3 adorable children I have now probably won't be the same set of children I would have had, clearly. Yeah, I'm just grateful. Everything happened and it just worked out for me that way. I know if you're going through miscarriage and someone telling you to be grateful is hard, trust me, if someone had told me to be grateful, I would have slapped the person. But yeah, eventually in your life, you know that it happened for a reason. So I hope that this video helps you guys if you're going through something like this. And yeah, just reach out to me if you want to. Reach out to me if you want to talk. I'm always happy to talk to people about my experiences and help any way that I can. And hope you guys are doing fine and staying safe. And I'll see you guys in my next one. Okay, bye guys.